Crews are fixing potholes all over the area after the long, hard winter.
And those craters could be affecting your car in ways you can't even see. Here's Newswatch 16's Ryan Lecky live in Luzerne County. Good morning, Ryan.
Hey, you said it. Good morning, Mindy and Tom. That's what we're tackling today with the crew here at Jack Williams Tire and Auto, those hidden damages that are being done to our ride from the potholes. And a lot of you had a number of questions, some that you might even be able to relate to, like these.
I would definitely want to ask them about tire alignment, just seeing how many times you should ensure that your tires are aligned correctly.
I guess just basically how to avoid them other than going around them. Like, do you slow down? Is there something else magical that you can do to avoid those potholes?
Okay, so you had the questions, and we're getting some of the answers, including from this guy, Brendan. So first off, there's no magical way to avoid the potholes, but what do you do if you can't swerve? Do you just keep going at the speed you're going? Do you really slow down? What could help?
You try to slow down as much as you safely can. Obviously, you can't avoid them, so drive over them slowly. Let the suspension absorb as much as it can without doing damage to a rim or a tire.
The other question, alignment. How often should you have it done, and do you really amp it up in pothole season?
You're basically looking at twice a year you should have it done. Definitely during pothole season, really bad winters, you should be doing it more frequently to prevent tire wear.
Now, some places, including your facility, Jack Williams Tire and Auto, your locations, do a free pothole protection checklist of sorts, and some other businesses do that as well. It's best to ask, but what goes on during that check?
What we're basically doing is we're looking over those tires and those wheels for any hidden damage. We're looking at the steering and suspension components to check for abnormal wear or signs that you damaged something during this pothole season.
Yeah, and speaking of some of that hidden damage being done to our vehicles, we have some little, before we get to that, let's actually talk about the tire, because the tire looked normal on the outside, but underneath it you could have damage done to the rim. The easiest thing to repair that, you got to get a whole new one, right?
Absolutely. You would have to replace this rim, and basically one of the better options for you is possibly a set of aftermarket wheels.
Okay, good to know. And by the way, over here we have these things that would normally be under a car, a ball joint and something else. Tell us, if you normally don't get, what are these things, and if you don't get them fixed, what happens?
Those two items over there are suspension components, a ball joint and a sway bar end link. That's going to be hidden damage as well that you would need a qualified technician to find for you.
Yeah, because really, if you don't get some of that stuff fixed, it's sort of like your brakes. If you start wearing on the rotors, one thing leads to the next and it gets more costly.
Absolutely. That could definitely wear tires abnormally. It could cause you to have to work more just to keep the vehicle on the road.
All right, some good tips and much more coming up on protecting your car from all of those potholes on Newswatch 16 at noon. By the way, if you have an issue on a state road, a road owned by PennDOT, you can call 1-800-FIX-ROAD. It's the PennDOT hotline. I'm Ryan Lecky, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Luzerne County. Mindy and Tom, back to you guys.
Ryan, don't feel bad. I don't know what those suspension components are either. So.
I'm like, you know, that thing over there.
That's all.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ryan. Top stories next.